I've seen tarantulas just like on my front porch before. They're like chill, but like don't mess with them. And then I see this wasp the size of like as long as my index finger just attack the thing and then drag its corpse away. And I said, "Excuse me, relatives, what in God's name was that terrifying creature?" And they said, "Oh, that's a tarantula hawk." And I said, "What?" And they said, "Yeah, it's a tarantula hawk. They're these big-ass bugs, and they eat tarantulas. They live around here." And I'm like, why? If they live here, why do you live here? Because that's horrifying. Here, one more time, just for kicks. Get back here. Walk into a fight. Walk into a fight. Got some plants? We're gonna mess with us? I don't think so. Show them your muscles. It's fucking great. I love it. Who is Seth? I only know Bingus, right? Anyway. If you lose, does Milo eat your corpse? Yes. Okay, no. So folks who are new in the chat might not know. We made a joke about I horribly lost my my first Nuzlocke challenge. And the final Pokemon that killed me was it was big spider thing. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Galvantula. And that like killed my last Pokemon. And so we joked that whatever Pokemon beats you in a Nuzlocke challenge, it just eats you. So yeah, I don't want to think that Milo's a cannibal, but he could be. Yes, I like this version. Milo buries you right in the middle of the gym. He just fucking drives a knife through your heart. Nope. Corvus has got this shit. You're too late. Your chemicals in the water cannot turn me gay. I am already there. The fuck was I talking about? Half of your audience is A-star. I know! I have attracted a good crowd. What's up, everybody? If you will, that was told to me in my senior year of art school. A story about a man, a student, in his final year of college who was working on his senior film. He had his entire senior film backed up in 3 places. It was on the school network, it was on a flash drive, and it is like an external hard drive, and he had it on his home computer. In one day, the network at school crashed, and all of his data was lost. His laptop fell out of his backpack on the way home and shattered his computer hard drive. And when he got home, someone had broken into his house and stolen his external hard drive, and he lost over a year of work into under 24 hours. Back up your files. Have I drilled this into your brain? Good. Back up your files. Some more tips. How sad. It means you don't have faith. Oh no! No, my beautiful boyfriend, it's okay, I love you, I want to see you succeed! You think I won't be able to get you up? Listen, sir, there will be time for that later! No, it's not that really, it's just... I'm sorry! Oh, I mean, come now! Come now! Come on! You think I wasn't gonna... Can I get a yeehaw? Hi, everybody. Sorry, I wanted to see what my waveform would look like if I did a yeehaw and then, like, slowly tilted away from the microphone. I don't know how that sounded, but hopefully it was funny. Anyway, hi. Hi, what's up? Catboy Disaster, hello. Don M. Theron, hello. Thank you for the yeehaw. Who's ready for more asexual attorneys? Me! I always love the very slight delay on the air horns, because sometimes it takes a few minutes for the button to think about it. Okay, my cat was scratching stuff, but it's allowed too. Molly, what the fuck? Maybe not. What are you knocking over? Did you knock over my Yeah, now you're trapped back there, dumbass. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, stupid? You knocked the fucking box over, and now you're trapped. Get out of there. I give you so many boxes to eat, and you choose the one that you're not supposed to knock over. It's okay, Roxy. You can go back to sleep. It's okay. Oh, baby. I have a thin, tall box that I use for my padded mailers from my store. And sometimes she likes to scratch on cardboard boxes, which I generally let her do because the cardboard boxes I let her do to are of no consequence to me, and she likes to scratch them. But sometimes when she scratches that one, it collapses on top of her because it does not have the structural integrity to stay up when she's putting that kind of pressure on it. So it just falls on top of her. Silly. And then when I went over there, Roxy woke up, and of course she's a little old lady who doesn't know what's going on, and so she's like, huh, what? And now she's gone. Yep, so that's how it's going. Might just watch the VOD later, but hope you have fun anyways. Oh, thank you. Well, I hope you can stay as long as you can. We will almost certainly not be finishing this case today. Also, I'll go ahead and say this up at the top. Wherever we end the stream tonight is gonna be the cliffhanger for like a week, because I'm not going to be streaming next week because I have con prep. So this will be our last stream until after Labor Day, which is next Monday. Or not next Monday, the Monday after next, two Mondays from now. Molly, you are flying too close to the sun over there, little kitten. Oi, you're gonna knock it over again. Stupid. But yeah, so I have all of next weekend I am taking off because I have San Japan to prep for, and then usually the Monday after cons, I'm too emotionally dead to, like, do streaming. So my next stream will probably not be... My next Ace Attorney stream will probably not be until the Friday after Labor Day. So whatever we end on tonight is gonna be the cliffhanger for like a week and a half. So let's go! Oh wait, no, I don't need to save. I saved already. So if you guys remember, last time, we met an Eggman, and we learned about the prawn brokery, because I can't say words. Let's go! Aw, Gina, I missed you. Hello, baby. See? That's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and then take stuff away from you. Oh, really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? Oh, she got her coat back. Yay. What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the D let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and said, go on then, have it, before telling me to scarp her. Always pays off giving people a look like you hate them. I can't help feeling that it's gonna get you into serious trouble one day. She's so cute, God. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mind. The music box disc? But Mr. Windibank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, odd stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windibanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. Can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Windibank. But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what the Rotten Cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine too, whatever it is. Oh, she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Yes. Everybody party. We live literally next door. Eh? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure. And I might be able to entertain you with a modest violin recital. Okay, I've been thinking about this since Monday, you guys. I don't know which I want more. I don't know if I want him to actually be good at playing violin when he has his real violin back, or if I want him to still suck. It's like, my violin was stolen or like misplaced and this is not my violin and now I will be able to play better. And he's like not even a little bit better and he still sucks. But everyone's like, yeah, he's doing so good. I don't know which I want more because I think it would be funny if he still sucked at that even after all of that shit with his violin. I'm excited to see him play regardless. Same! Nota. Oh. Why would I come round to your place, eh? You lost your head or something? And she's gone. Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering, did she just steal something of his? Because there was like a shoving noise. If perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting! What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Miss Susato. Until later, then. I love him so much. He has such a... like... he's got, like, this cool Big Brother vibe. Almost, but, like, Big Brother who's, like, an adult and doesn't feel like an adult. I don't know. It's weird. I love his vibe. Like, in comparison to our main characters.
Susie and Runo, come in.
Good afternoon, Iris.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always?
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh, yes. After all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Those little eyes of her shining. She's so cute!
Oh dear, it is awkward when you would already know the answer, isn't it? It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news. Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
I can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh, yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Oh, look at him at his empty desk. What'd you think about, bud?
Hurley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Looks like a comfy chair. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? Eh? I beg that you won't speak to me. Sorry? I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. Sir? As you can see, I'm not here. What? I don't know how to respond to that. Me neither. What the Sir?
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really? He behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does.
Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. God. God. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are.
What's the matter, Runo? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right?
Yes, I would love to know this, actually. Are we finally getting some freaking backstory on her, please? How did you...
Hee. Oh, Runo, I can read you like a book.
Ugh, this girl is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I won't mind.
Iris Wilson, AMA. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ah, no, I don't need to examine. I want to talk to her. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
Oh, that's so cute!
Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Because you chewed her out last time.
Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys.
Interesting idea of friendship.
So cute. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh.
There's so many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants to help me make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I get bored of it anyway. Hurley always acts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Or Hurley.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she actually does come. Please give me your backstory, small child.
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That and where are your real parents?
Oh, that's new sprite art. My mummy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oh, the music stopped. Oh no.
Mummy passed away when I was born. And at around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
Oh. So her dad was like the quote-unquote Watson, so she's the... Okay. She didn't mention that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in that metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases? Oh, yes! I mean, it's always been nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly! Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up. And found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me. That's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. And now he's like taking care of her and shit. Oh no, my heart. What happened to him though?
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock. When Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean.
It must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age. Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There's some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost always know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, actually. I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he's solved a case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again.
Oh my god.
It was quite a shock for everyone.
You can say that again.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. That's what prompted me to study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
Iris's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John. Oh no! The guy from the first case? Wait, that was his name, right? The murder victim in the very first case. Oh, fuck. I forgot about that guy. Oh no. Does she know? Does she know that he's dead and we were accused of his murder? I mean, it wasn't us, but we were still. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a fucking flashback! Ah! The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Here's a voice I haven't had to do in a while. Kindly state before the court of the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Oh, God! Oh, no! That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yume University, and the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Oh god. Miss Susato. Yes. But perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There he is, he's back. Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Have you remembered that we exist now?
Eek! Mr. Sholmes!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We've been with you for most of the day. Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh,
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Does he have, like, memory problems? What? Sholmes, what's your deal, bud? Behold, my dear fellows.
Oh, another music box disc.
No, not another disc, Miss Susato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilden's disc.
Oh my.
Then what's it doing here? Sholmes just has extreme ADHD. Honestly, I could believe it, yeah. It's relatable shit. You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have made an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny. Sholmes, no.
Ooh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I'll be your pickpocketing assistant.
Don't teach the child crime, Sholmes.
And Runo could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
No. Right.
Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our medicine crime notifications.
No. Okay, on the one hand, I love a crime family. On the other, this is a bad idea. Don't teach the child crime. No. I'm just gonna pretend this conversation never happened, I think.
Hi, buddy.
I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I swiped it from the cops! I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. I'll be taking that whatever it is in McGilden's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. For the briefest of moments, I hid the disc in my hand, did I not? Yes, you did, but I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned one of my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this. Oh my god! He did a fucking, okay! That's amazing. The disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting, the result of precisely controlled solution. He did a smart thing for the first time in a while. I mean, I made that meme a few weeks ago that was like, my best quirk is that I am blindingly intelligent for 30 seconds a day. There he is. That was one of his 30 seconds a day. How extraordinary. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and the unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, it sounds illegal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious as to what manner the music would issue from the disc when played. Okay, so let's fucking play it. Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes. What music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea. None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Bruno?
Didn't we do this last time? Oh, this is, I guess, in more detail.
Inside a music box, there's a special disc piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. The first music box is to be invented using a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Why exactly?
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There's no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable. Ah, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. It does sound kind of delightfully spooky, though. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one?
That's Hurley for you. Always taking things too far.
I wonder if Don't tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but I'm wondering if, like, it's a code or some shit, and it's not actually gonna play music. It's, like, it's something else. I don't know. It's too early to really say, but I have a feeling that maybe it's not a music disc. It's a secret fucking code. But, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Oi, don't kick us out. We're roommates. Buddy pals. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. What's up, hot boy? Look at that fucking vampire. Look at him just like, His face says meh. If you get that joke, congratulations for being able to read Japanese. The scar on his face looks like the I forget if it's, I think it's the katakana for meh. It's like a long cross and then a shorter one across it, like an X with like a long leg. His face says meh. Was it the Curse of the Reaper? No one knows still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. Listen, he's a douchebag, but he's still kinda hot, though. Like, I'd bang him in the run him over with my car way. But he's still hot, though. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. Yeah, death in quotation marks. Man faked his death. I'm calling it. Called it last time. I called it the second he fucking died. We're gonna see him again. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. It would appear the case is not yet closed. It was never closed to begin with, let's be real.
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windibank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Oh, she wants to read it, of course. Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom gathering dust.
My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault. Someone's gonna break in there. Someone's gonna break in and die, and then we're gonna have to do something about it. They are really, really pushing it. Not a metagame, but they are really pushing how secure they think the pawnbroker is. Something's gonna happen to the pawnbroker.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up. caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley? Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles! I should love to read it.
Wait, how did she know what it was called?
Ah!
Susato? What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said The Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well, that's...
Susato strikes again! That's because Miss Susato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, The Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
Her serious face is, like, honestly intimidating. What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Windibanks?
And yet, how could Susie here know its title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Ah. What is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. No! I want to know what the fuck is going on! I mean, I'm glad to see you. Go back to what we were just talking about. And Miss Lestrade.
This was a bad idea. I knew I wasn't welcome. I'm going.
No, wait, Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh yes, just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie.
Uh-oh. Got the gun.
Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer. Meddlesome it is then. Cat! Kitten! The baby! Where's the kitty? That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. I want to hear it! And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. But... Ooh, cool lighting. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now. I want to hear it! Damn it! Play for me a song, Mr. Violin Man.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we were in court.
Don't actually do that, though. We'll get in trouble.
Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Susato-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Ah. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. Yeah, we're gonna finally find out what was in that?
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
Telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Same. Whomst? Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends.
Oh, she's here to be like, okay, now that we had fun, what the fuck what happened earlier there? Iris, hello again. Oh, Gina's still here.
Hi, cutie. And Gina too. Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep with me.
Sleep in with me.
Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learnt so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to
Got your shit swiped. Oh no. Wait, what? That's mine.
Oh my, however did you... I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Thank you.
All right then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny? I think I wouldn't fancy my chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. Haha.
Oi. It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about. I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, let's get back to that, shall we? Yes, I suppose she probably does. Ooh, what's this music?
Oh, it's like a nighttime version of the previous music. I like it. Pretty. Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Susato's theme.
Oh, it's nice. I like it. Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. All right, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh, no, not at all, Iris, not at all. I don't know what all this is about, really, but... It's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This mantle script or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Was Susato snooping around in the dad's notes? No, wait, she knew her dad because... Okay, so Susato's dad, like, worked at the school. So, oh! She knew the dad. Maybe she heard about the case from the dad, and that's how she knew. And now it's gonna lead to a conversation about how her dad's dead. Fuck. Okay, I have connected it. I haven't connected shit, but I've connected it. Okay.
Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I'd mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner.
Yeah?
They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister?
Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So, where's the old man now, then? He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone a very long time.
She doesn't know that her dad. Fucking hell! Hold on. Oh no! Iris, baby, oh no! Oh god, we're gonna have to be the ones to tell her. Oh god. Either we tell her or she finds out later and she realizes that we never told her. And then she's gonna hate us. Oh god! Oh, I cried too hard and I hurt my throat. Oy. Oh no.
So, I've never really met him.
Oh, right. Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story, I take it that's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and I showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first I'd ever seen him like that.
It pains... I almost made him Russian. It pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
Why not? It's one of my best works!
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now, so please do not ask me.
Alright, then I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibank, is it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child.
She is a child, she's literally 10.
I mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good.
But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris, I bet my life on it. What?
Hurley's lying to me?
Sus AF. Look at her, just chilling in the corner. I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did have.
Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. And no one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born, not even our mums. But we all stick together. The older ones look after little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
Oh, Gina.
I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. Sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh. I mean, if you know you never had him, you don't feel like you ever wanting to meet him. It's true. I do want to see Daddy. So,
oh no!
I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Iris.
Oh no! Oh, this is gonna be awful! Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris?
Well, you reckons he popped that mantle script or whatever, right? Come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really an old Windybank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Ah. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. But Hurley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bad-faced lawyers, a lot of them. You just ain't realised it yet. No. I'm telling you, that mantle script ain't at Windybank's. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a lawyer like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. Oh, this hurt. This pains. This is hard. This is painful.
Oh my goodness, look at the time! Come along, Ginny. We should get back downstairs. Yeah, alright. And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then.
Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san.
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father. But also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yume University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Oh boy, I'm so upset that I can't stream next week because I want to fucking know what happens, and there's no way we're finishing this tonight.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Mr. Naruhodo. Who is this? That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. What are you doing in my room? What's going on? It's the middle of the night. Miss Lestrade. She's gone. Gina? She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but a bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no? I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh. Yeah, she definitely went to go break in. Oh shit. If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time? Ah! God! Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Windybank's prawn brokery. I said it again! Mr. Windybank's. Oh no!
It's simple. That store was really an old Windibank storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it.
Oh no, it's good God.
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Could Gina have gone? Seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry? Oh, no, not really. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Oh, hey, good morning. Mrs. Otto. Oh geez, it really is the middle of the night, huh? Okay. Here, I think I can turn off the sad face for now, but not the excited face because I'm terrified. The door to Windibank's, it's open.
And the lamp is burning.
Must be Gina, mustn't it? Let us hope it's nothing more sinister. What? Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside. His face is kind of messed up. Hang on, my eyebrow's all weird. Okay, here. There's no one here. Oh, yes, there is. Ah! Oh, God! Mr. Sholmes! No! Mr. Sholmes! What the? Has Sholmes been shot? Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo. But... after them, go! Oh, go, Jesus, right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Blast, I've lost them. Hello, what have we here? The alarm was just raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot? Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. This has bad vibes all over it. With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windibank's. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, I hate this so much. Hello?
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruhodo!
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Oh, there's a peeky hole. Oh, fuck. Gina, no! No! No!
It's Gina!
What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, God! Okay. Save your current progress, I guess. Okay. This is fine. Last time on Ace Attorney. We just saw this. Behind that door, in the storeroom. Hurry! Full 3D, bro. Gina, no! Oh, God. From that moment, Windibank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened in a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and questioning. I told you guys! Someone was gonna go to the pawnbroker and someone was gonna die! I told you! I said it was gonna happen and it happened! I said so! I wish I would have been wrong! But goddamn! It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. Oh, hi, Iris. Hi, Iris. Oh, Iris.
A telegram came, but all it says was, wait at home.
Oh, yes, we asked one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Helly and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Bruno?
Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's obviously trying very hard not to let herself get too worried. I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful has happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Hang on. Let me do something really quick. Hang on. I'm gonna scoot my face down a little bit. Okay, we're good. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh. Yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
When I saw those police carriages pulling up outside his shop. So I knew something must have happened there.
When we entered Windibank's in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out onto the street and I chased after them, but they got away.
So, it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibank, I suppose?
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at this moment.
Oh? Why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect, you see. Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No, Ginny wouldn't do something like that.
I know. None of us think she did it.
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do. Okay, we're gonna skip straight to this one.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair. What about the 2 thugs that were at the scene? Why were they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No, I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
Ah, this is all so horrible.
Well, at least he's alive. That's good. The thing is, Mr. Windibank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards...
Don't tell me there was no one else in the room?
Yes, exactly. How did you know?
It's the only explanation.
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do you mean by that, Bruno? Well?
What can I say? I'll be damned if I agree, damned if I don't. Yeah, what's Sholmes up to? Is he at the hospital or something?
So where's Hurley then? Is he still in there investigating the scene? He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Windibank's, a gun was fired and he took a bullet.
Hurley? Was shot? No.
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital?
He's at St. Sinner's. Really? That's what we're calling it? They're tending to him there.
I must see him at once.
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's not fair. I'm a family member. I should be allowed.
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley.
It was the 2 thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze. After them! Go! After that, I ran out into the street, but... well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry, it's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
Well, if you'd seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Bruno. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris. She's... God, I love her. She's so cute, but it's fucking sad. Oh my god.
Where's Susie, Bruno?
She's still at the police station.
Oh, why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyway, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Miss Susato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started until later.
Ah, I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know and I could have come to the station.
I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. There's not much I can do at the moment, but I can at least try to find out how Mr. Sholmes and Gina are getting on.
I want to go too. Take me with you, Aruno. I can't just I can't stand just sitting around here waiting.
I'm not sure how I feel about taking a 10-year-old child to the scene of a murder, but I don't want to leave her all alone here either. Alright then, Iris. Perhaps you can help me?
Oh yes, I'd love to!
New sidekick acquired! And Gina's at the prison. Mr. Sholmes is probably in his hospital bed.
And don't forget we have to visit the crime scene. We need to conduct a thorough investigation.
She's so cute with the goggles. I can see you're finally ready for action. I imagine Iris would appreciate going to the hospital sooner rather than later. Okay, let's fucking go. I want to see my mans. Show him to me. St. Sinner's Hospital. Jeez.
Hurley! Oh!
No, he's been turned into a clipboard! Oh god!
He's not here!
No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she?
Oh, I know what's probably happened. Hurley was being a big baby, and the bullet wound wasn't that bad after all, and he's been sent home.
I'm not too sure about that. Baby or not, there's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered. Don't say that!
Oh.
Hello, hello, what have we here? This ward is off limits, no visiting. So what are you doing in here?
Well, I'll have you know, we're Hurley's next of kin.
Eh? Oh, well, begging your pardon then, ma'am. Sir. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. Great mystery solver has a mysterious family, eh? If that's how you see us, sure. Yes! Rinosuke, you are a family! Shut up! Take the found family vibes! Just take it, accept it. Accept your position in this crime, but also not crime family. Crime causing and crime solving. Accept it.
Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley?
I believe he's currently in the operating theatre, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation.
Extensive?
It's been several hours since he went in.
Oh dear. Is he going to be alright?
Well, doesn't appear to be working you. No! The anesthetic, that is.
Oh!
I have heard report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Coffee, that is. Anyway, I think it would be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Jeez, 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 jeez. Okay, I guess we'll go talk to Gina then. Hello, Gina. Why did they let you have that in prison?
Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made.
I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though.
What are you here for? Ginny?
I have a feeling it's because of us that you ended up in trouble. So we were thinking that we might be able to help you.
Well, you can't.
Sorry?
You heard. Get lost. Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got the first idea about the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's passes when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay me hands on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Ginny... I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. Some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was my right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need no one.
She couldn't be staring at me any more obviously if she tried. I love, like, little bars so it's hiding her mouth and so she's just...
Why are you being like this, Ginny?
Yeah, what's up with you, girl? I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away?
He wanted me to sign some papers. Representation papers or something like that. It's all gonna be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it's always been for me, growing up in the back slums, me whole life. If you do what the grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mates dragged off by the coppers. Or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sold out, nearly snaffled on the back of it.
It's an interesting saying.
Can't trust no one, that's the point. Soon as you do, you're gone to grass. Dead.
Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could...
Forget it. Ginny? Don't you trust Runo? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone.
Why are you being like this? You're so adorable. Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbroker's.
There's nothing to tell. I figured he'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. But the old bloke walked in on me, and you know the rest. But why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get to nothing.
Is that really why you broke into the place?
What?
Are you sure that's the true reason, wasn't something else?
Oh, give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say will make it a blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Ginny. We'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me? Don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. What do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? That McGilden's still alive?
What did you mean before, Gina, when you said that you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help.
Sorry. We're out of time. They're gonna want to question me now. Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this. Something to remember me by. Kitty!
A photographic print of a really adorable cat.
I found it on one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it. I wonder what a little photograph like this was doing in a pocket of that overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny.
What's on the back of the photograph? Look on the back of this print here. There's something written on it.
13th February, 9 p.m. Article deposited 1 small box. Loan amount paid 10 shillings. Redemption deadline 13th April, 9 p.m.
So this photographic print is a redemption ticket?
13th February? That could be significant. It was just 2 days before the murder of the omnibus, wasn't it?
Small box. That doesn't tell us much about it, does it?
No. If Mr. McGill still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop?
Yes. If it's something McGilded deposited, we need to investigate. Give me that. Oh, now we don't get to look at the cat anymore. Damn it. Oh well. Okay, well, she's not gonna tell us anymore, probably. Unless I can whoop this at her. Here, Gina, look at this.
No, Ta.
I wasn't saying you could have it.
Oh, weren't you? Well, when someone says I can't have stuff, it makes me want it, see? So you better hand it over now.
No, I'm not giving it to you. This is just default dialogue. Okay, she's not gonna tell us anymore. Let's go to the pawn shop. Okay, here, before we get any deeper into this, I need to go take like a 30-second bathroom break. BRB. Okay, I'll get to the end of this. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back. Just let all the anxieties flow out of you. I'm not gonna make it back to the box beach. We're not gonna be big enough anyway. Why am I trying? This is gonna be the first time I lose this level by timing out. Totally gonna win this one, you guys. I got this in the bag. I'm Mario Kart champion. Okay, I'm back. Just set off the exciting flower. Oh my god, did that clip play while I was gone? Amazing. Sure are a lot of dome heads in here. Oh right, I forgot it's a crime scene. Shit.
This is where it happened then, last night.
Yeah, that's right. The 2 thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables.
But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of a disturbance.
Except for the clock that's fucked up and covered in blood. Probably Sholmes' blood. No, you're right about that, actually.
In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the one doing the ransacking.
I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organized criminals all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that! Oh, hello, fish and chips. Oh, Inspector. Good morning. I suppose I'll thank you for your vigilance last night. Got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the 2 rogues get away, mind. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
I thought you'd assigned extra men to the beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Hurley's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty.
Your ladyship! Oh, yeah, I forgot he's like a big fan of hers or something. No one told me you were coming.
I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley's and see he has the very best medical care.
Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital attending to him as we speak.
And I don't think it's Bruno's fault that the rogues managed to get away, is it? Chasing criminals is the police's job.
Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am, as you say. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? It's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, wormy manners. Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Jeez, what is... what was that? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice?
Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me if you'd like some.
Ah, lovely. Ta very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. I don't even recognize him like this. Oi, Gregson, what the fuck? So, how's the How's the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it, really. Very simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge that diver we arrested last night, in fact. Gina? You're gonna charge her? That's right. Should be able to bring her in before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow.
Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me.
Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid.
I see. You've already captured the pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you?
What the?
And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you?
How could you... How? Don't get your fish and chips everywhere, dude. How could you possibly know that?
I had a feeling, that's all.
Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris. You already are! Oh god. Do you guys think she's onto us? Do we know about her dad and her dad's dead? Oh no! She's got thoughts going on in that pink little swirly hair of hers. It's full of secrets and observational skills. So you've arrested the two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes. They were rounded up pretty quickly by the lads on the beat. And Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison? She should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential.
Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinnis. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know.
I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy, no visiting at all.
Oh.
The bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He lost a fair bit of blood.
Oh, no.
He didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so. But a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. They gotta stop that bleeding.
But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better?
Of course, your ladyship. He'll be white as rain before you know it.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know? Well, because, of course. Yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. It's nothing to do with it. We'd better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again.
Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley.
He can't die, he's in the second game, I think. Probably, he's so big on the title. But Kazuma was also really big on the cover of the game, so who fucking knows? I'll report to your ladyship the moment he's out of the operating theater. Yeah, speaking of her ladyship, what the fuck, bro? I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What? Out with it, sunshine. Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk about me and Iris. Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper. We don't go in on favoritism.
But he's right. You do treat us differently.
It's because of those Adventures of Sherlock Holmes stories, that's why. Oh. I crop up in them, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson.
Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's.
What did you write about the inspector, Iris?
I don't remember, really.
It was one of Sholmes's lines. Gregson is the smartest of the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it.
Oh, did I write that?
And you know what that one line did for me? Eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you. Oh, that's amazing. All because everyone at the Yard reads them. They read all the Sherlock Holmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me. Oh, that's cute, but also would be weird. It's like you go into work and there's like dudes who are your fan club.
Of course, that explains everything. It was right around the time that you became such a toady to me.
Can you blame me? All it'd take is one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh? Whole thing gives me the willies. Can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost to worrying about it.
But that would never happen, Gregsy.
Every month when the new Rance magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages.
Oh, how awful for you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves.
Ah, lovely. Thank you very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. Teetotal. Oh, yeah. There's something I was supposed to talk to you about, actually, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? What is it? I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it till now. An important message? I wonder what it could be. Tell me, Gregson. Are you gonna tell me what this important message is then, Inspector? Yes, about that young lady who's normally by your side. Your assistant?
Yes, Susie. Is she alright?
She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Head off? Where? Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Ah, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in a yard carriage after we'd finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go meet her there. She's got a nerve using Scotland Yard as a bloomin' messaging service. It's not like telephones exist, dude. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector.
Why did Susie have to go see Lord Chief Justice?
She didn't tell me. But I'd better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office to fetch her straight away. After we look at some stuff. Because I want to look at some stuff. I'm looking at some stuff, like some shattered glass on the floor.
Alright then, let's see what we can uncover.
Oi, what do you think you're doing, Sunshine? You can't touch anything in here. Oh, but we were hoping to investigate. This is a crime scene, for Pete's sake. No touching.
What's the problem, Gregsy? Bruno's a lawyer, you know that.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship, ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are a thorn in my side. Of course, if Mr. Naruhodo was to have been properly appointed by the accused, that'd be another matter. Okay, we gotta talk to Gina first. The accused. If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be only happy to let you nose around.
Did you hear that, Bruno? You need Ginny to sign some representation papers.
Looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. God, stop making that face, bro. It's kind of creepy. Alright. Let's go see what our dude wanted with our girl. He's not my dude. Sholmes is my dude. This guy's a weirdo. Yes. No matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow.
Do you think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal.
How so?
I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you?
Maybe it thinks the same about you. So everything is clear with regard to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust?
Yes, thank you very much.
There they are. He said it after I did. Susato-san and Lord Strongheart.
I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious.
Very good. There is nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to the homeland! Excuse? Wait, what did he just say? Your return to your homeland? Susato-san! Bro, there's birds in your office.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo.
What was all that about? Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you for coming to collect your colleague. I don't remember what voice I gave him. What's all this about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And... tomorrow?
Tomorrow? What about Ginny's trial? You mean... she's been formally charged now? Oh dear.
You can't leave your my girl! Miss Susato, what's all this about?
Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan.
That's still not great! That's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving?
It's my father. Oh no! He's fallen ill. Oh no!
Professor Mikotoba? If I may. I don't remember what voice I gave him, it's been so long. Yes, sorry? You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. I remember I gave him a stupid voice and now I feel bad about it. My name is Yujin Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic science at Yume University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news.
10 days ago, Father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown. And it seems he grows weaker day by day.
I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely.
I will leave London first thing tomorrow morning.
Can't believe this is happening. I mean, I feel bad and I don't want her to go, but I feel I mean, if that's what's going on, then she should.
So Gina has been charged? She'll have to appear in court?
Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago. And the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later? Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl in the murder of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. All in all, an all too conspicuous case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is without wasting time on these open and shut cases.
It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that.
Who the fuck brought a child in here? Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, Lord Strongheart? In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child into my office. Leave, now. Rude!
Of course, Lord Strongheart.
Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their truths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson say something like that yesterday?
Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday.
It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. "3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me." There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart. Which is? It's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her? A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation. But that's not fair! We already been through this.
Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial.
Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork, and a defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would do well to direct at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. We already talked to her, but I guess they want us to go back and talk to her again. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina charged with murder. Suzato-san about to leave.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have packing and things to do?
As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Miss Suzato. It's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's go!
If I'm honest, this has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer. We're not gonna have our best girl next to us at the trial tomorrow. Oh no! And take a drink, hold on. Ah! Hello again, Gina. Are we really doing this again? Why do they still let you have that? What are you lot here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved into our faces yet again, obviously.
I think I need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I?
Look! You can come as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you.
Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say.
What?
I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell.
Eh? Farewell?
Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home, to Japan. I fear we may never meet again.
Oh, right.
I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I have so many wonderful memories. And yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is so miserable. Susie?
Well, that ain't my business.
Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina. They've put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them.
Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it?
It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends when they're so clearly unhappy. Because of you.
What, it's my fault?
Yes, so I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now, I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you.
Oh. Eh?
Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be.
What What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh?
You've told us that everyone lies.
So prove it by admitting one of your own untruths. Oh shit, Susato, get her.
What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies. You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth now. This is my last request before I leave. My last request is a judicial assistant. No, I can't.
Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. God, my mind went immediately to... I heard the sound of the Cyclops just in my head, just like, dun dun, that is a joke from previous Ace Attorney titles, that mechanic is not in this game. Thank God, because those were kind of annoying, but still. I knew it wasn't gonna happen, but I so expected it. It was just like, I heard the exact sound effect in my head. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The one in which Magnus McGildas was acquitted? Now, take a drink. Ah, the case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution. Is that what this is about? Yeah, you're right. Because in that trial, I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Will you tell us about it now? Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. Papa's got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a bunch of stuff. I knew it.
What sort of thing did you lie about?
I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole. I couldn't see a thing. And then... I had that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor. And that's when Mr. McGilda discovered you? Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at me hands, I'd had the cub's blood all over them. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witness saw on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat. Yeah, he did. Only, that's not all. What do you mean? Well, I mean he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. About what he was going to do after the code was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scarper before the cops showed up. Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. Tell me your dirty secrets. You said McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you?
Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but...
It was when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by my arm, and that's when I saw it. He was on the floor next to the old geezer would have been stabbed. A disc all bright and shiny.
A disc?
Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me at Winterbanks. So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus? Not for long. Miss McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc, was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bog trotter told me. I went to mutter a word of it to no one. Because it was so dark under that seat in the cab, I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh, because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. Oh, shit. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim. Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. But whatever, I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it. And your own testimony, Gina, supported his. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that wasn't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other. Of course they knew each other. He was in debt. One of them was in debt to the other. So McGilded was lying, as I suspected. I knew it weren't going to take long before someone raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed it quite quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to hide under the back seat again. I climbed in and waited. The 2 coves up top ran to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favour. A favour? Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take this coat of mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. Shit. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yup, you got it. It was Windibanks. The coachee snapped up the money and ran to pop his coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened up the box under the seat and let me get out of there. Not without conditions. I see. What were McGilded's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul, not for anything, about what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all in... You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye. Fiend's taken me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. You understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right. And I'll come to fetch it from you later. Sometime within the next 2 months. You hang on to it till then, is that clear? Or whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright then. And in the case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Windibank, so it is, and you're to extend the loan before 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old thing could come in and buy it. Eh? But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. You go against me. Yeah, I get it. Good. And one more thing. In a few days from now, we'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers? Aye. They'll come to ask you for you to take the stand in court, to testify as a witness. Let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it you might say, and what it is that you won't. Shit, the plot thickens. After he'd gone over it all, I piked it. Got as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGilded planned it, and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up, eh? I lied. In that big old courtroom, I told some corkers. Thing is, he said he would make it so he couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with.
What a wicked man.
He knew everything what went into the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us, and he was looking out for each other, getting by together.
So you mean Mr. McGilded would have...
In a heartbeat. He could have had a lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. You know where would we have gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, I didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But, I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. Favor what? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what?
Kelly's having a big operation right now, Ginny.
Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes gonna be alright, right? That's why I want to investigate, for Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that. Miss Usato?
Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here.
I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. No lawyer or nothing. Yeah, you do. Come on, Gina. You know you want us to represent you in court. Come on, we gotta prove you're innocent.
Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely.
Alright. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windibanks now.
Yes. And perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there.
I feel like we finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have her representation papers. No one else knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating a Windibanks. Although, something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Yeah, well, he can suck it up, because we gotta figure out what the fuck happened to our guy Sholmes. My man! Ah! Let's fucking go. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. What's up, Gregsy? Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest.
Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers.
Your ladyship! Wow! I don't believe it! How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you! That is good work, that is.
I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue.
Yeah, chug your tea and let us investigate, sir. Sir Bowler Hat. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, yes, I hardly feel tired, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know where it happened. Through that door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. And that's where I discovered Mr. Windibank and Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There's so many articles to go through, it's taken forever, even with the lads working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, Sunshine.
Come on then. Let us not waste any time.
Investigating! I wish to look at the glass on the floor. Or the desk, I guess. Let me look at these fucking shovels. There's the article ledger there, and Mr. Windibank's notes, and... What's this? Looks as if someone has left a little photographic print behind.
Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie.
Does he just use pictures of a cat for all of his return tickets?
15th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline 15th April, 10:30 p.m.
A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1? Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think.
Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday.
And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilded. Would never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though.
It seems Mr. Windibank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have on hand.
Cat. But this photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact picture somewhere else recently.
Oh, yes, you're right, very recently. It's the same one as the one Ginny gave us earlier.
Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print.
Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out!
Alright, let the cogs turn.
Yes, they're exactly the same. Hee hee, I've got it! These 2 photographs hide an amazing secret.
A secret? What does she mean?
You must tell us, Iris, at once. Hee hee, do you really want to know?
Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. So Iris, about these 2 photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. They do maybe seem a little different. Like the cat looks like it's looking more to the left on the left photo and more to the right in the other photo, and the shadow's slightly different. Like they're just a little off. And like the tail is further away from the body in the second picture than it is in the first one. Not by much, but you can tell. They're not exactly the same photo. What's this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these 2 identical prints?
Actually, that's not quite right.
Sorry?
If you look carefully, the 2 prints aren't the same. Not exactly.
They're not.
Have another look at them now. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other?
I think so. It's very subtle, though.
What's the reason for the subtle difference between the 2 prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see.
No, I don't. Oh, for the sight viewy thingy?
This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope.
Yeah, that thing.
Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment.
Ah, stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently?
'Cause you did. Oh, yes, that's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there.
Ah, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch.
Hee Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions.
What? Really?
Do you know about a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth at all in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you.
She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene.
I, for one, simply have to know. Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us?
Well, I just open them and it works.
But the reason it works is because we have two eyes.
Two eyes. Shocking.
If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see.
My brain really is amazing, isn't it? Does so much without telling me.
Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consist of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick.
So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see the depth in these prints?
Yes, Runo. You're beginning to understand.
And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that.
Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing the stereoscope at all.
You can? Really?
Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope.
Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Suzato-san really loves this kind of thing.
You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that?
Cross my eyes? I think I can.
Watch me and see if you can copy.
Yeet.
Make your eyes do this. All right, let me try.
Oh boy, this is gonna be... People have screen capped this, I'm sure.
You ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeet.
There, how's that? Wonderful! Now it's your turn, Runo. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time.
Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed.
Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Runo.
I'm just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose.
Did the print split into two images for you? Now, the next steps.
I was doing it. It kind of hurt my head a little bit, but I was doing it.
Is to put the pair of prints side by side like this and then try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until... they form a new single image in the center. Oh, yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real!
Her face.
Oh, I could look at it all day.
Your face will stick like that, sweetheart. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt.
Your turn, Runo.
I'ma do it. Everybody do it.
Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes.
Okay, I'm doing it. Maybe I have to get closer. I can only get a halfway. Yeah, it's like one of those fucking magic eye tricks. God, I keep like almost getting there, not quite. Hang on. Yeah, I did Magic Eyes as it too, but this one's hard. It's like I keep almost getting it, and then my eyes are like, oh, it focuses on the wrong thing. It's like when I try to fuck. I used to be good at these. Damn it. I want to try it. You guys can't see what I'm doing, so I'm sorry if this is boring. Forget it.
Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle.
Like this, is it? Now my head hurts.
There, you managed it! So now you know how stereoscopic images worked. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of the stereoscopic prints then, Runo?
They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly.
Now, some people find it easier than others. But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. And then a pair of photographs in a stand at the stand back, then
it's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. I genuinely hurt my head a little bit when I was trying to do that. My eyes hurt.
Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently.
But these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them.
But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case.
Stereoscopic pictures. I'd never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge I'll ever actually need. Chekhov's gun! It's gonna be important if they're spending this much time on it. Okay, let's look at that other one, because we probably have to turn it around to the backside. Yep. This is the ticket that Gina brought in here yesterday.
Yes, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilded 2 months earlier. Article deposited 1 gentleman's overcoat.
And the other redemption ticket was in the pocket of that coat.
Yes, for a small box deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident.
Could that have anything to do with all this? Fucking calendar's got all kinds of blood on it. Ah, look over here. There's the fucking bullet.
Oh, yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall.
Presumably Mr. Windibank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Ooh! Wait, what day is it today? I forgot the date. Didn't he say in the past that he, like, always changes the calendar at, like exactly at midnight? So, well, wait, what day is it today? Is today the 16th or the, fuck, I should have paid more attention to that. I never pay attention to the dates and now it's important. Fuck. I feel like that's gonna be important.
Mr. Sholmes likes to practice it in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that.
Sorry?
It's all there in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, I did I write something like that? Oddly in jest, perhaps.
In jest?
Well, he doesn't do it often. It's quite a dangerous pastime.
He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once.
that for now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet.
What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? No, it's ketchup. A suspicious red stain on the calendar.
Aha! I may be able to help you with that.
What?
There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo?
I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris.
I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types.
Yes, what a scientific observation.
So you need this.
Oh no, what is that scary-looking thing?
Allie and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does.
Watch. Green! Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed.
There! Does it make sense now?
Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. It's actually Nickelodeon slime. We've done it.
Good! It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see.
Oh. Yes, how wonderful.
The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash.
Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great.
So, whose blood are we looking at then?
Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to, in a flash.
It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it?
1 flash or 2, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make note of it in the court record. Let's keep testing and adding the results to any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have a reagent left, sure.
Actually, there's a stain on the back of that one photograph, isn't there? Yes, there is. I think perhaps we should see if that tells us anything. Spin around.
Mr. Naruhodo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here.
I have noticed.
The red smear, you mean?
Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wondered if Suzato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case...
Yes, we need Iris.
We should show this to her before we forget. Oh, okay. Yeah, now it changes. Iris, I got you a present. It's blood!
Oh, that looks like blood!
I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather.
Well, don't worry, Runo. You can leave the rest to me.
Ooh, Burple. Look at that.
Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point.
Well, this particular stain of blood...
Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is?
No idea yet, I don't think. Well, No. Not yet. How could I? We don't have a known sample of the same color. Without that, it's impossible to know.
Oh, how very vexing. I wonder.
What?
Well, it's true that the color doesn't help us. But what about considering how the mark came to be there in the first place? You might have an idea about that, mightn't you, Runo?
Not if you keep staring at me like that, no.
Let's try that again, shall we?
Well, this particular... Okay, so she's gonna make us answer. Is it Windibanks or whoever shot him? Any idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction.
That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Runo. Who do you think it belongs to?
Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... I mean, it had... So this is the ticket that they hid in the bushes, right? So Gina had it. It wouldn't make sense for either of these two's blood to be on it. So it has to be Windibank's unless it's Gina's.
You think it somehow could be Mr. Windibank's blood?
Well, he would have had to have been the last person to have handled the ticket. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one.
But Mr. Windibank had no injuries before he was shot, that is. We're trying to work out who the blood came from, so we can rule out anyone who hadn't been bleeding straight away.
I mean, was it the guy? Yes, of course.
Math is not a concept you can really grasp unless you bled before yourself.
Funnily enough, I have accidentally cut myself before, but thanks for the mildly threatening advice, Iris. I'll have to think this through some more. I mean, I guess it's him, if it's not... Thrice-fired Mason?
You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there.
Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice-fired, though.
The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago.
Yes, I think it was. And Gina brought this ticket here to Windibank's yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at the time. So, how did the... Gina said her blood was, or the guy's blood was on her hands, but she didn't go get the ticket until the day after. So, unless the freaking, like, carriage driver... No, no, because the carriage driver would have gotten the ticket, brought it back to Mr. Capitalist, whose name is McGilded. And I guess then, at that point, McGilded touched it? Why would it have taken him that long to wipe the blood off his hands, though? Sheesh.
So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago.
Something else is coming back to me now.
Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night.
Oh. I feel like he would have wiped his hands by that point, though. Now I ask you, so what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from a stomach? Oh, I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. Certainly does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGilded has no injuries at the time anywhere on his body. Redeye351, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, squad. From which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason.
Mr. Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes.
Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Not so much.
Yes, I think you're right, Runo. Very well. Let's make a note of this.
Alright. I guess if he was wearing gloves, maybe it wasn't obvious he had blood on his hands. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems interesting to me. More examining. I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again.
Oh yes, that's folding stereoscope.
Really? This is a stereoscope? Sholmes isn't like other girls, no. Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used a great big contraption over there.
Ah, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There's special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. I bet it would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. What? I don't get what that was supposed to mean. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as they're right in front of your eyes. It makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Gee, Ryu, shit. These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been identified forfeited for display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find real treasures amongst all the junk, you know? Are you alright, Bruno? Oh, it's just... well, it looked like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick up the individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. Are we allowed to go in the back room? Back room through the door. There's a dog! Dog photo! Behind that door is a storeroom, isn't it? That's what Gregsy said. Very magenta. It kind of matches Suzato's like little kimono pants. It's like the same color and it has like the horizontal lines of the pleats. She's cosplaying the door. Or the door's cosplaying her. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Mr. Windibank face down on the floor with Gina beside him. As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them. Okay, so can we move in there already? I guess we have to be able to. Yeah, Windibank storeroom. Okay, let's go! Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Well, yeah, you took a 10-year-old to a murder scene! Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windibank's life was taken in this very room only last night. Ah! Oh, there he goes. Wait, Inspector! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away. You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do you? Well... I've never seen a ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what I should say to her. So you weren't running away from me, you were running away from a 10-year-old. I'm afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Eh? Baby. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? Gregson, no! You made it worse! I don't think that went very well. Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes.
I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Damn, Ryu!
Oh, Hurley?
And inquire into how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. Let's go. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Pshaw! You got eyes, haven't you? Use them. That's what it looks like. Nothing here, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand?
So, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here?
Oh, yes, your ladyship, do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, at shortly after the hour 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. So it was locked from the inside.
The lock appears to be broken now, though. What was the police officers doing?
Or was that the police officers doing? Quite right, ma'am, quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in, as humbly as possible.
Oh.
As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor, thuswise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child.
Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector.
Miss Lestrade, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say she had the gun that was used in her hand.
No!
Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In a pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom?
And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector?
Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is. Tell me about my boy Sholmes, I miss him.
Gregsy, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he?
Well, the thing is,
Don't mince your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is...
No, the operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well, out with it! Get him! Get him, girl! Yes, ma'am. They use something called the general anesthetic. It's the latest thing, renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body? Anesthetized? Is that even possible? Means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep.
Goodness. In the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction.
The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medicine to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off, or so I hear. And now that the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently.
Oh my!
No, my dude, my boy! No one knows it's if the anesthetic's still in the system, or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes round again.
Hurley?
The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get the word to you. What a surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. He's not dead, okay? Everybody shut up. He's not dead. He'll be fine. He has plot armor. Have you seen that coat? Sheesh. Out of all the articles in this storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any signs of being ransacked.
Ah!
What is it, Iris?
That's the box file my manuscript was being kept in. Oh!
Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this... Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
You must check inside the box at once. Yes. Ah! It was there! Iris' story was there!
Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris?
Yes. I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he deposited here, but still. It's a relief to actually see it.
Really? Because that's not a very well hidden frown. Examination.
Got a little stamp.
It's thick. Damn, girl. Oh, wait. Title. The Hound of the Baskervilles. How did Susato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? Suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me.
I'm so sorry.
Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them.
I can't believe how many there are! A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings, look!
Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. You know, minus the outline of a dead body on the floor. Or at least there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman shoveling around. Me and my boy, same brain, same brain. Not much I can do about that, sunshine. Police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line.
Poor Mr. Windibank. He was a nice old man.
Well, he was shot just once through the hat. Most likely the fellow died instantly. Wouldn't have felt a thing. This must be his blood, then.
Ah! I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action!
What color is it? Bleh. So now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windibank's blood.
And it doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found at the main shop. No, but let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway.
Oh wait, I can investigate it again. Iris?
Don't worry, I'm alright. But we must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely.
This is a revolver. A real one.
And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windibank's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Runo look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh.
And I've had issues with guns in the past. But anyway, we saw Mr. Windibank with this yesterday, didn't we? I shall have to take my own life! Must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand.
Mr. Windibank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired.
So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Yeah, it's very, very messy. Anything else in here worth looking at? Anything else in here worth looking at? I don't think so. Can I talk to you? Can I show you something? Yeah, maybe I don't need to. I'll come back if I need to. Look around in here some more. That ledger that's open on the counter there really is enormous, isn't it? Must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in pawn.
It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me.
But clearly Mr. Windibank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Okay.
That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Runo?
Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan.
Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound?
It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Do you mind? Sorry, fucking motorcyclists outside my window.
Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gracie to have a word.
Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Get him. Police are scouring every inch of this place by the looks of it. Instructions from the auditor to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're sifting through it all in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And then even then we'll barely scratch the surface. A crime in a pawnbroker's. Must be every policeman's worst nightmare. And every copper's worst nightmare, you know, a crime in a pawnbroker's. Okay, anything else I can look at? Anything else I can look at? Cool succulents. This officer's been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here.
Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once.
But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? Oh, I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. They really have a tough time, the British police.
That doesn't stop us investigating, though, does it?
No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was this calendar he was peering at. We already looked at the calendar, though. Unless he wants us to look at it again. Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow.
It clearly means that the person who was shot photosynthesizes. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. They're pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different.
I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Okay, I think that's all we can investigate in here. Maybe go back and visit my dude? No. He's still not here. Damn it. Maybe I can show him some stuff. What's up, Gregsy? Dr. Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this? Okay, this is... just general dialogue for I don't have anything to say on the matter. I'll go ahead and show him this stuff. Oh, no, that's important. What have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paperwork they had. Yes, this is the ticket from McGilded's overcoat, the one that the little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do you? No, I didn't mean to,
Bruno's right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket.
Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's all this then, if I might be so bold as to ask?
This is the second ticket.
A second one? It seems that Mr. McGilded in fact had another article in storage here at Windibanks. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilded's overcoat. Eh? You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly.
Well, according to the details on the ticket, Mr. McGilded deposited another article here with Mr. Windibank.
Yes, I could see it written here. A small box, was it?
Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilded. It could be an important clue.
Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles, I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. There's one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here, then?
That's right. It's been forfeited.
Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where the forfeited items are offered for sale.
Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at... Blah, 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 blah. You're wasting your time.
Oh.
There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds, even. We can't possibly know what each one might have been McGilded's. That information's not written in the ledger. Ugh.
Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case.
Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Let's go looking through boxes. Oh! It's dong time, you guys!
Yeah! I nearly jumped out of my skin there! How can Mr. Windibank set up such a wicked trap?
I doubt he set out to scare anyone.
Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon.
Oh?
Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Runo? You told us she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be a lawyer.
Really? Did I say that?
Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching.
In that case, we'd better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. Let's go!
Yeehaw.
Ah, Gina, good, you're back.
Ah! The police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful?
Eh? Oh, didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windibanks. Oh, right.
Don't you want to know what we got on? We've been ever so busy.
What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying, that I did it.
That's not...
Gina, we came to ask you for your final decision.
Eh? What decision?
About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not?
I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you.
Right, I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Baby girl. Ow,
All right then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Unfortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime.
And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we haven't managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, for example, the reason for you being here in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windbanks that night. Looks like I'm gonna have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. And thrust it in Gina's face! Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. No! You must thrust it! Like your life depends on it! Thrust! We found this in Mr. Windibank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story.
Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then.
Curiously, the storeroom at Windibank showed no signs of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night?
Eh?
You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it?
Yeah!
Why don't you tell us what happened, please?
Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story, it's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured, it's gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right?
Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds.
What?
So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you?
No. Jenny, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript or whatever you call it really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the place.
For Iris's sake, isn't that right? We knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did.
But I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it.
Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before.
Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced lawyers, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Windibanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you!
Alright, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. It went because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all.
You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest, if he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windibanks.
It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got a dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's gotta be odder. Ew, no, sad music. That's why she writes the stories. They're about a dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night when I was listening to what you were saying.
Stories about Daddy?
You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective, so much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner? Well, that's how I see it, yeah. Hang on. No, wrong one. I hit the wrong button.
You're so thoughtful and so kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we?
Look! Give it a rest, will ya? I hate all this chummy nonsense. Do you hear? I hate it. I don't trust no one, all right? That's how I work. Because if you don't trust no one can let you down. You know, we were joking that she's a lot like Rory. She's a lot like Ariana, too. So leave me alone. Go on, Scarpa. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of that overcoat are some very suspicious red stains. Oh, Jesus! What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. Yep. Blood samples. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet. What? Blood, Mr. Naruhodo? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that splattered from Mr. Windibank when he was shot last night?
Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else.
Take it easy, Iris.
Just hold still and let me shoot ya. Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot.
Purple. Oh. Oh my. What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric was masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now.
And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
I knew it. What are you all on about? The victim? What do you mean?
It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed.
Oi! Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story! You can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilden's overcoat.
But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony.
Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give a man a hand. Not just a hand, but a knife! But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from Mr. McGilden trying to pull the victim to his feet.
No. If that was what would really happen, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over from the front of the coat.
The only explanation for this pattern of blood was that it splattered over Mr. McGilden's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I've tried to run from the truth for long enough. There's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGilden. Fuck him.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That horrible case is solved at last. And I helped the man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony, all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen?
Bruno, did you believe him, though? Did you believe Mr. McGilden was innocent?
I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon.
A weapon?
Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson.
You mean Kazuma-sama?
Yes. God! Listen, Rinosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. What's funny, Gina?
Oh, sounds like this Empire of Japan you come from. Everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it's gotten you into, believing in that bog trotter.
Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. For about 20 minutes until he was crispy fried. Supposedly. Allegedly.
Well, at least you've learnt your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end.
She is... Stop! You're supposed to be Rory! Stop being Ariana! God damn it! Read my webcomic.
As soon as you let your guard down, you've had it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get up by no one. Gina, may I ask you something?
Isn't there an Ariana quote that was almost exactly that? I think so, yeah. What?
I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial?
How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away.
Are you really sure that's what you want?
I bet that's what he wants all now. Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there. Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I?
And you're telling me you can believe in me after that?
Not likely.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo?
A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial.
Are you half-baked?
Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth.
Seriously, Mr. Naruhodo? Didn't you hear all of what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just trip off me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize.
What do you mean?
The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down.
It's true that I'm just a student of law and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I'm completely on your side.
What do you expect me to say to that? Oh, baby girl. Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. You would be ashamed to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully.
Do what you like. You Easton Lord at... I don't know what you are. I don't get you. Baby. Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once! Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato? Somebody is there in the shadows, I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Whomst? Blimey, a shop, eh? Oh, hello, Gregson. I was expecting a big-ass plot twist. Well, I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. I was literally about to say that exact same thing.
Gregsy!
Oh dear me, I'm most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been listening in on our conversation?
Good grief, listening in? No. I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived this very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best. Bye and goodbye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship.
Oh, but I wanted to have a chat.
I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute.
Oh, I see. That's a shame.
If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will...
Emergency?
Lord Strongheart? Nothing! Forget I said anything! Anyway, I'm off!
Alright, Gregsy, if you have to. Let's chat soon.
Delighted, charmed, can't wait, if you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere.
Gregsy's so funny. He always says such silly things.
Certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency at the Supreme Court is.
I must attend to the court clerk's office now before it closes.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Miss Susato.
Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later.
And so our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving. Oh god, I forgot about that! We got so worked up with fucking solving the mystery, I forgot she was leaving! Oh no, I'm sad! Oh fuck! Leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan.
Naruhodo-san. It's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted.
What about you, Susato-san? Today's been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes, Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon.
Thank you for your kind words. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm, and yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them.
I know exactly what you mean.
Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow.
One final task?
It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret.
I'm so sorry, Susato-san.
It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts.
I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something.
And what would that be?
It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities.
Facets?
And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a small part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are more parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live.
That's so true.
Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much, but I keep hoping that one day it will all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated and I'll finally understand how everything fits together.
Naruhodo-san.
I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark.
It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months.
You've grown so much. Oh. Sorry? I have what?
Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant.
Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning?
Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m.
I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station.
Absolutely not.
Sorry?
I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow.
Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but
every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try.
You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean?
Oh, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this.
What is that? Some huge bundle of documents.
It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus.
The McGilded case.
It seems to me that the case of Mr. Windibank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in many ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you.
Everything else she's had to think about. Susato-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting.
It was my pleasure.
God, I love her.
I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina.
Thank you so much, Susato-san. I'll do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world.
Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there.
Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself.
Susato, no!
Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room.
Susato-san, I
wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night.
Wait, there's something I need to say. Hiya! One last flip for the road.
What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown.
Shutdown?
Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears.
Baby! No! Susato-san.
What?
It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. but I force myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually, my fatigue triumphed and I fell into a deep sleep. Oh shit, no to be continued, huh? 17th April, the spot. Yes! Where's my boy? Where's my boy? Where's Sholmesy? Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Who's talking? My boy! Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. I bid you farewell, and Godspeed. Oh, oh, she went to say bye to him. No. Wait, is he gonna help me in court tomorrow? Wait, is he gonna be my buddy? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I feel like a sad face isn't appropriate anymore. Also, can we talk about how perfectly timed the save points have been? God, I want Sholmes next to me during the trial tomorrow. Oh my god, I cannot wait. But, unfortunately, it is time for stream overtime. Because it is 8, my brother will be home soon, my voice is tired, and I am tired. So, that is all. But yeah. Oi, no spoilers! Spoiler-free chat! Oi! But yeah, so I mentioned this at the start of stream, but if anyone was not here, I'm not going to be able to stream at all next week, because I have a convention to prep for, and I'm already panicking about it, so I need all the hours in the day I can get. Unfortunately, I will not be able to stream next week. And then the Monday after next week is Labor Day. That's the day after the con for me. I will probably be too tired. If for some reason I still have energy, I might do a stream, but don't count on it. I will probably be too tired. Also, so next time we stream this game will probably be exactly 2 weeks from now, the Friday after next. But just keep your eyes on my social media and also the stream chat. I will let you guys know. So here's my Twitter, here's the Discord. The Discord is mostly for my comic, but we do have a stream chat channel, just so you guys know. So I'll be posting announcements there on both of those places when I know when our next stream will be. But until then, oh, also, I didn't have these up the last time I streamed, but on my store, I finally got my Ace Attorney stickers uploaded. They're on my shop now. You can buy them. They're adorable. I'm excited about them. I'm gonna plaster Sholmes on everything I own. They will be charms eventually, but I gotta focus on con prep right now. And they wouldn't get here before the con, so I can't prioritize them right now. Anyway, I'm gonna find someone to raid. It looks like Mim is streaming right now. If you guys like Ace Attorney, you will probably also like the Zero Escape franchise. It's similar. It's like investigations, stuff like that. So I'm gonna raid you guys over to Mim, cause she usually streams when I can't watch, but she's actually going right now. So I can silk Elvis, Frankie, and Sholmes stickers all together. Oh shit, you right. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get the raid started. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you got, wait, what the fuck? Did the raid not go through? Oi! Start raid. Okay. Is it working? Okay, cool. So, what the fuck? Why does it keep canceling on me? Start raid. Back. Okay. Every time I exit out of it, it doesn't let me do it. What the fuck? Okay, fine. I'll do it in a second. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. If you are not already following, make sure you follow so you can get stream notifications. Also, look at the links that I posted earlier. Those will help you with things. Yeah, next stream, 2 weeks from now. Unless I can stream the Monday after the con, which don't count on it. Maybe, eventually. It will give you guys time to catch up if you need to. Although if you need to catch up, I don't think you'd be here. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and activate the raid now. I don't know why it's not working. Anyway, so I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna try and get this freaking raid sorted. I don't know why it's not working. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Have a good night. A fare thee well. Goodbye.